Hey guys, I am super happy that you are here today because I am pouring fall candles and I thought I would bring you guys along with me. So, if this happens to be your first time on my channel, my name is Jessica and I am the owner and operator of Roundtown Candle Co. And today I'm going to be pouring my special new fall jars, which are going to be my glass pumpkins that I got from Alibaba and the ceramic 3-wick jars that I get from Candle Science. So first thing I need to do is I need to mix my fragrance in. And so this one is going to be pumpkin spice, and it's actually a custom blend of two different fragrances. And so I'm excited about that one. I've actually not done that yet, believe it or not. I pretty much just stick with straight up fragrances out of the bottle. And it's not that I don't want to explore or I don't think I'm capable of exploring. It's just that I really like the scents out of the bottle and I just haven't really felt too much of a need to try to make my own. But with this one, I did. And oh my goodness, is it ever good? So I'm really excited about that. But I want to talk to you about these pumpkins. So let me try to stir and show you this at the same time. So this is what it looks like. And these are actually, I bought them from Alibaba and they are different from the Candle Science pumpkins. So Candle Science released their pumpkin jars this year. They're super cute. I think you can get like clear orange and black. They look amazing. They are bigger than the ones that I've got though. So there is a difference. And these hold, what do these hold? These hold like 4.6 ounces, I believe, is the net weight on these. So they are not huge, but I really like that though. I like that they are a little bit smaller. And I plan on doing a video at some point with, on YouTube, but probably also that I'll post on like Facebook, Instagram, just my regular social media for my business to show people how easy it is to clean out and repurpose these jars when you're done with them, because they'd be super cute just as little decorations filled with potpourri, filled with M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, like candy corn, whatever makes you happy. But they're way too cute, I think, to just throw away. So another thing about that though is I am not putting any labeling on these whatsoever. And yes, I realize that there are label requirements, but in my research, I found that if you have like a special edition type of a jar, something that's, different or whatever, that you can actually get away with not putting a label on it so long as the packaging that it comes in is properly labeled. So that's what I decided to do rather than trying to come up with a way to put a label on it. Because at first I had thought, well, I could just tie a label around the stem. Maybe, put a little glue dot or something on there just to keep it from falling off. And, I thought about that. But then I'm like, yeah, but then the warning label. I don't really even want the warning label on the bottom, because if I'm going to be telling people how to repurpose these and that they can be used for any and everything, I don't want people to have to deal with pulling stickers off of it. Like, I just don't think that that's really the goal. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've had to peel labels off before and it is not fun. And I realize you can put stuff on there to help and whatever, but I'm just not trying to do that. So let me see if my hands are clean. I'm actually going to be packaging these up in these boxes, and on the front of it is my candle label. So this is the label that normally goes on the jar of my regular 8-ounce candles. And then on the bottom, I have the warning label, which has all the information. It also has the barcode, because when I sell these in the store, I use a barcode scanner. And so that makes it easy for me for checkout purposes. And then it also has the amount of the candle on there as well, so that it makes it convenient and easy for the customer. So by selling it in a box that's got the labeling on it, I don't need to put the labeling directly on the jar, which I think is super cool. So Another reason why I'm really wanting to package them up like that is because in my store, when I'm selling in person, or if I'm at a vendor event or whatever is going on, I think it would take a long time to package these up. I always do a buy two, get one free. You can mix and match. So if somebody wants to buy 3 of these, the time it'll take me to wrap the lids up, get them all packaged up so that, we don't have to worry about breakage. I just feel like that's going to be too much time, too much hassle. If I'm busy in the store, I feel like it's going to add a lot of stress. And so to avoid that, I just decided that I was going to just package them up, like, wipe the spoon off and put it back in there, like I just showed you. So, all right, we're just going to let that hang out and do its thing. I'm going to show you guys this. All right, so these boxes I got off of Amazon, of course. Like, where else do you get boxes? Yeah, Uline, but these are pretty affordable. So I'm going to show you how I do this. And I will even post the, what in the world? There it is. I'll even post the link for you guys. So these are just a 4x4x4 box because, again, with the size of this candle being a little bit smaller, it makes it to where I can get away with using a 4x4x4. It fits perfectly. These come with a little insert just as an added reinforcement. I'm trying to do too many things at once. So once I get my box together, I just put my label on the front. I put my barcode sticker, which I print myself, my labels and my barcode stickers on the bottom. And then I buy these rolls of newspaper print that's plain. There's nothing on them. It's just like a big roll. Oh, here, I'll show you that too. It comes like this. So anyhow, I think they call it like plain newspaper print. And I get mine in the moving section at my local home store. So like Lowe's, Menards, places like that. I just rough tear these. I don't do any fancy cutting. I just rough tear them. I have a logo stamp that I bought off of Zazzle when I got started. I just put a couple stamps on there. I don't really make this too fancy because at the end of the day, you don't see this when you're purchasing it. The only time you see this is when you have already purchased and you open the box to take it out, and it's just a little bit of like, oh, cute. It's not really, this isn't selling the product. So I don't have a lot of table space. I just put the lid right in the center and I just wrap it up. Bring the bottom to the top, top to the bottom, wrap it over. Nothing fancy about that. You can see part of the stamp right there. So then I take the candle, put it in the bottom, take this wrapped up lid, put it on top of the candle jar, and then I close it up. And again, it'll have the sticker. So now listen, no glass clanging around. So what I plan to do with this is when people come into my store, or if I'm doing a vendor event, which I think I am going to do 1 or 2 this year, which is why I keep saying that, I will have these jars front and center for people to be able to pick them up, look at them, lid off and on. Everybody loves to do that. Smell them, all the things. And then if they want one, they're already packaged up. So once again, I do not have to fool with trying to wrap these all up while people are standing there. And bonus, I just put them in the bag. And look, when they're driving home, these aren't going to be clanking glass on glass. So it's super affordable. These boxes do not cost much. That roll of paper, for 1 sheet of paper, I get 4 of those squares. So it's so perfect. It's so perfect. And I just am really happy with the way that turned out. So that's how I'm going to have them packaged up. Now, if somebody buys one to have shipped somewhere, I'll package it differently. So obviously, then we'll be getting into things like packing peanuts and, a lot more cushion. But for just local stuff, just people picking up and, putting them in their bag, it'll work perfectly. So I'm pretty excited about that. So, anyhow, the wax is cooling quickly. So, I am going to do a vendor event. I did sign up for one, and I've only ever done one, and it was before I had my store, and I was super, super nervous and didn't know what to expect. It actually went pretty well. So, this one is in the fall. It's in October, like the 12th, I think, a Saturday. And it's in just outside of the edge of town. And it's at an event center. And the event center does like weddings and just parties and whatever stuff. So they've got a pretty good following with that. So they're going to do this craft bazaar. And I thought, well, everybody loves like that time of the year. And I reached out to them and asked them if they had a candle vendor yet. They said no. So I told them I would like to. So it's going to be one day only for 5 hours, and for 2 tables, $30. So not like a big deal to me. I feel like honestly, if I can sell 2 candles, I'll make my money back. So I think it'll be fun because I don't do any paid advertising. I haven't done that yet. I just stick with like my social media. And then of course, the word of mouth and whatnot. So I know there's probably still a lot of people out there that are not familiar with my store, with my brick and mortar. And so I feel like this will be a good opportunity for me to put myself out there, maybe meet some new people, some people that don't know about me yet, and to have these little glass pumpkins and the 3-wick jars. I just feel like will be a pretty special thing. So we'll see. I may do one around the Christmas season too. I haven't decided on that exactly yet, but I was thinking that that would be kind of fun too because I do have a special Christmas jar this year. So we'll see. But anyhow, so that's going on. I am in the process of trying to find a solution to getting myself out of this house, my studio out of this house, I should say. My business is growing and these walls are shrinking. I'm struggling badly with that. It is very hard to keep organized when I have more stuff than I have space. It is very hard to function for me. I like organization. I just like everything to have a place. I like to be able to work in a space where I can just walk in and start working. I don't want to have to walk in and move 30 things and then have a workspace and then I have to figure out what to do with those 30 things. Like, it's just getting so difficult. And I know I've talked about this before, but that's because that's how much it's bothering me. So we are in the process of looking at several different options, and I'm confident that whatever is meant to be will be. And even if that means nothing happens right now and I have to figure out what to do here, like, I'm one of those people that really believes that things happen in their right time when they're supposed to. And so I don't really get too stressed out if I want something to happen and it doesn't. I mean, yeah, I will be a little bummed, but not like devastated. Like I'm just going to stop because, things aren't working for me. So I'm hopeful. We'll see. But I can't wait, you guys. I literally like daydream about it. I daydream about showing you guys because in my mind, I already know exactly how things are going to be. I want to take you guys along with me. I feel like it would be such a blast. And then just to have a great space to work in where I do not have to literally like I've put on some weight, you guys. It's probably obvious if you see my first video to now. Like, it's just happening. It's not a good time for me. But I mean, even at that, I'm so sick and tired of having to like walk sideways and squeeze through spaces and step over boxes and do all those things like that. I can't keep functioning like that. It just isn't going to work. Anyhow, that's enough of that. I'm going to get ready to pour these candles. Oh, look. Can you guys see this? This thing here, I got off of Temu. I don't know. I hear people call it everything. You know what it is. It's Temu. You've probably bought from it. If you haven't, you might. I ordered these. I ordered 2 of these. They're super slender, as you can see. And I didn't know what to expect. They are so daggone sturdy. I mean, like, this is, yeah, it's all plastic, but this is like the good plastic. This isn't junky. So I have all of my Norden candle supply, 3 wick holders in there. This one is full of my clothespins that I use for wick holding. I have a drawer that's got my wick stickers in it. Everything is labeled. I use these little stick-on things, and I wrote what's in stuff. And I have another one in the kitchen because I don't have room in here yet. This is what I'm talking about with the stress, you guys. So I have another one, and I think I'm going to do my wicks because I have so many different sizes of wicks based on the different jars and stuff that I'm using. And, well, not so many, but enough. And I have them in like in boxes and bags. And I thought, oof, if I can label this and then just have my wicks in there. And then when I'm sitting wicking everything, I just open up my drawer and grab, like, perfect. So I'll see if I can link this. I don't know. Sometimes that website's weird. Sometimes you get on there and they're like, oh, there was only one left. They're sold out. And so I don't know. I think there was only like 3 left when I bought mine. So they said. And I bought 2. So maybe there's only 1 left. If I can link it, I will. If I can't, maybe keep your eye out. Maybe it'll pop back up. I think I just typed in like slim storage drawer or something along those lines. I don't know. All right, gloves. Let me get some gloves. So I'm going to pour these candles and then we're going to call it a day. This smells so good. It's fall. My house has smelled like fall for weeks where I've been pouring these candles, and I am ready. So ready. All right, so let's move this one over and move this here. I don't usually do this part here. I usually do it over on the other side, but since I was bringing you guys along with me, I figured I would do it here. My thermometers. This smells so good. I combined 2 different pumpkin fragrances to make this one. I did pumpkin pie spice, which is good on its own, and I did pumpkin bread, which is also good on its own, but when you put them together, forget it, you guys. It is really good. So I got these from Columbus Candle Supply, which I'm wearing their shirt. Ooh. So Columbus Candle Supply is a very small business. It's a mom and pop candle supply store. I love them so much. They are the kind of people that when you walk in, they know your name. They're asking how things are going. They care. They're just like, they're super, super great people. And so I love that I figured out that they're close to me. And what's funny is when I very first started the candle business, I always do this over here first, by the way. I think I've told you guys this in a previous video, but there's always inevitably some wax right here that kind of makes the plunger stick. And so as the wax heats it up and melts it down, there we go. Because sometimes when you actually break it free, it's kind of an aggressive release of the wax, and I'm not trying to do that. So I don't even know if you guys can see this. I'll start over here. But anyhow, so Columbus Candle Supply. So what's funny is when I started out, I was, typing in candle supplies, whatever. And of course, all of the big names were coming up. You had like Candle Science and Flaming Candle and Aztec and, just the normal big box names, so to speak, of the candle world. So that's where I started doing all my shopping. Well, it wasn't until I don't even know, you guys. It was a little ways in. And one day I just decided I was going to Google and see if there was anything even remotely close. Because I was like, well, heck, if I could drive, 2 or 3 hours, stock up on stuff, I'm sure that would save me in the long run. So I Google, and friggin' lo and behold, 19 miles from my front door to their front door. No joke. The whole time. So I do a lot of my shopping there. Not all of it, because they don't have everything that I need, use, want, whatever. But I do as much of it there as I can. And so if you are in the candle making business and you have never Googled that, I would definitely recommend to Google candle suppliers near me. I could not even believe it. It was crazy, you guys. So they sell the wax I use, which is awesome. It is more expensive than some of the stores online, especially Aztec. They've lowered their pricing and their shipping and all that stuff. And they do will be anybody's price type of thing. But the thing about it is, for one thing, I don't have to pay shipping. That's what's fantastic. I can go up there and buy 200 pounds of wax and I don't have to pay $1 of shipping. So that is fantastic. And, to me, I would rather, honestly, and I know this probably sounds crazy because, you're trying to keep your costs low so that you can keep your profit up and all that. But I would seriously rather pay a few bucks more to support another small business than I would to just go price shop around like crazy, because honestly, it's not even that much difference at all. I used to buy my wax online. And then the thing about doing that is, it's a pain, because then you have to deal with the delivery of it. And I don't know about you guys, but I just don't feel like sometimes things, I don't know. I've had wax delivered and I just feel like the box was dropped from the top. Everything was all beat up. The wax consistency was different from I guess all the temperature changes or whatever. It doesn't affect it, but sometimes it makes it harder to scoop out. It was almost had a real film. I don't know. It wasn't like a nice dry flaky flake. I know that doesn't affect the wax, but anyways, the point is, it's just nice to go into a store, to deal directly with a nice small business owner, develop a relationship with them, and they start to know you, your style, what you buy. They'll send messages, hey, we just got this fragrance in that you've been asking about. We've got it here. Do you want me to set some aside? Those things are great. So, and when I even say that I pay a little bit more, it's not a significant amount or I wouldn't do it, but still, I'd just rather support my small peeps. Because honestly, that's what I am, That's the same thing. Somebody could go down to Walmart and buy a Yankee candle for cheaper than they can buy one of my candles. But, it's about supporting the small business. People that care for you, people that are doing it with so much heart and passion. So I have a lot of respect for small businesses. I've been around small business my entire adult life, and I definitely have a huge respect. So I would definitely recommend it. maybe you don't buy everything, but if you've got somebody that's nearby, especially if they're a nice little small business, it is great to send them some love and show some support. So, all right, I am on my last 10 of these. I've been pouring about 20 at a time. And then, because then I'll do the 3-wick next. And, you know, the Digi only holds so much wax. So I pretty much refill it every day, it seems like, or top it off. I've been pouring like crazy. But I want to try to get to a spot where I can just relax after a while. So I'm hoping that all these, you know, candles will be enough to hold me over for a bit. We'll see. So next week I move my daughter to college on Thursday. And that'll be a whole thing. And so, yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's been crazy getting her ready. So, I'm almost done with this stuff. Oh, you guys, I wanted to ask you too. I need recommendations for a desk, like a really good, like big desk. I have 2 monitors and I would like to have something to where if I get into a new space, I can have a desk area, because right now I'm using this IKEA table that you can see behind me, and that is not a desk, although it does work, but it'd be nice to pull up a chair and sit there without having to sit sideways because there's nowhere for my legs to go. So if you guys have a recommendation for just like a really good desk, I will take it. So links, pictures, whatever you want to comment and post, that would be awesome. All right, that was a quick pour. 20 pumpkins done. The house smells amazing. I am going to let you guys go because you are probably bored stiff. You've probably already fallen asleep or left. So anyhow, I will keep up with this. Oh, it looked like that was gone. I will keep up with this. And yeah, I will be back with you guys hopefully soon and we'll catch up some more. So have a good one and I'll see you soon.